welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the #1 premier wrestling video podcast. Why, you ask? Well, it's quite simple. It's not me. It's not me. It is Damascus Dez and Vinny Booch who make this show what it is. Gentlemen, welcome back to the world of Wenz for another episode of the Male Soap Opera Moment. That's all I got. That's all the energy I got. So now I'm running on fumes. You know who isn't running on fumes? That is our new prediction champion. On the road to Damascus is Dez. And I'll tell you what a pay-per-view it was. Let's go back and revisit and hash out how this anomaly of Damascus Dez winning the championship happened. So the first match was, some would say, could be the match of the night. I don't agree, but I've seen some things on the socials that said that. As the Judgment Day lose the championship to Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. What a finish. What a sequence. What a story that was told in the ring. I love that JD McDonough was the screw job in the whole thing. Let's go back. Let's talk about what your favorite, maybe least favorite parts of the match were. But just a spoiler in case you missed the actual prediction show, I was wrong. I was wrong about this. I had no idea that they were going to be able to do anything with this tandem of Cody and Jey. I mean, you think they're on different paths. Like, how on earth? But here we are. You know my thoughts. I'm going to defer to, this is painful, the champion for his thoughts, and then we'll move on to Vincent Kennedy Bucci. Damascus Dez, what say you, sir?
Well, the match was great. And I did predict that Cody and Jey would win the match, which is great. Now, here's the thing. I also predicted that it would be by disqualification and that the Judgment Day would still be champions. So but unfortunately, the only thing we really care about here are the wins and losses.
Time. Before you continue,
now that I think, like I said, technically there wasn't a disqualification. So let me see. I need to check the bylaws real quick. Here.
Can you,
the first
Booch,
party, the second party, the affidavit, thereby henceforth. Okay,
Cody and Jey still.
Paragraph 5, section C. Ah, crap. He gets the point still.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, that addendum, Booch. Definitely. But hey, we have a rule book for a reason. It's for occasions such as this. And congratulations on the point. Congratulations on Creative for swerving the heck out of me. Not the only one in the room that got swerved here. Damascus Dez, what was it about this match that had you pick against the grain, sir?
Well, I just felt like the Judgment Day could take a loss better than either Jey or Cody could at this point. To me, it was just looking at how the build is going and with how the Judgment Day is going. It felt to me like Cody and Jey needed the win more than the Judgment Day did, and Creative saw it the same way, apparently.
But you didn't think that belts were going to change hand. That was your stipulation.
You're right. I did not, because I felt like the Judgment Day needed the belts more, and I also felt like both Cody and Jey need to remain singles competitors for the main bit. So we know that the Judgment Day have the belts back, but to me, it just feels like that was a waste of putting the match together. It was a cool match. It was a great match. It was fun to watch. Told a story. But to me, it would have been better if the belts had just stayed with the Judgment Day.
It definitely reveals that they're human and that these outside factors are going to come into play. Booch, your thoughts on the match, sir?
Well, if I'm looking at just the match itself, it was a really good match. Now, granted, it went on a little bit longer than it should have, but most people are kind of overlooking that because you got to bear in mind there are only 5 matches on this card. And this was built up. The way they built this match, I thought Tony Khan bought the company because this is literally how he books every one of his pay-per-views. It's little to no build-up. They're throwing darts at the last minute. And so we're thinking, how is this bad? And apparently, unfortunately, the build-up to this pay-per-view was happening while the sale to Endeavor and the TKO thing was happening. So now that the sale is done and they're organized and they've got their shit together, WWE will hopefully do a better job in building the pay-per-views the way they normally do, where it's weeks out and we have more planning and shit like that. But they had so much going on behind the scenes. Most people are willing to give WWE a free pass on this one as far as the buildup. The match itself was great, but the aftermath and everything was goddamn ridiculous because, first of all, as I mentioned before, Cody and Jay should not be the tag champs. You're supposed to be building Jay Uso as he's main event Jay, and then I'm the guy on my own, and then you put him back in a tag team, and I hate that. They've done it with the Hardys, they've done it with Edge and Christian, they've done it with the Dudleys, where they try to split them up as singles guys, and then eventually put one of them right back into a tag team, which is why you could have just kept this team together and made it easier rather than putting them in a tag team. Cody has no business being a tag team champion because been there, done that, smoked it, humped it, called it an Uber. This man's job is go for the belt they took from his father in the garden. That's the story, not holding a tag belt. That makes no sense. The only good that came from that was that it allowed Cody to go to both shows. Because Cody right now is not on SmackDown because for some fucked up reason, and I am so angry about this, they decided that in the trade for Jay, they sent Kevin Owens to SmackDown, which I hate that with a passion because now you break up the tag team of Kevin and Sammy, killing that whole story. And now, in order for Cody to get the belt back, he now has to win the Royal Rumble again because you've backed us into a corner where there's no other way unless they want to decide the draft is full of crap and move on from there. And then you got the Judgment Day. They're now basically, their nuts have been cut off at this point because you're thinking, okay, the tag belts are gone. Okay, maybe Damien's finally going to cash in. Maybe we'll get that moment. And Rhea decides you're not cashing in. And Damien just hands in the briefcase. At that point, he handed his balls to Rhea as well. She has all four of them in a jar. It's so pathetic now with the Judgment Day. Their new entrance should be all four of them on all fours with ball gags in their mouths and collars around their necks, with Rhea holding a leash in one hand and a whip in the other hand, cracking it like they're sled dogs. Because their manhood has been cut into pieces as a result of this entire crap. Now, obviously, got the tag belts back.
Vinny.
This is sad.
Hey,
Vinny,
go ahead, Des.
Are you really going to try to tell me that you wouldn't let Rhea put you on a leash? I mean, come on now, come on.
Des,
Booch,
I've banged uglier chicks than Rhea Ripley, so
yeah.
Yes.
Hold on.
Let's I would do that in the privacy of a bedroom like a normal fucking guy.
Can we? My producer's in my ear. My producer would like to defer to Booch's response to last question about Charlotte. Booch's response was, I'm a man. Of course I would. Yeah. So
but not in public on TV. It would be in private in a bedroom like normal guys do.
No. I want everybody to know that that's who I'm with right there. Look at that.
I mean, don't threaten Booch with a good time. I mean, that is something that, listen, to each their own. And Ripley, look, she almost had a spell. She almost had a spell on so you see Finn take care of that. And so she always has her presence. And so now you're seeing him even more. Obviously, she's the leader by proxy of that faction. But
she is now.
This is what
she is now.
And you're right to feel that way. And we're going to see a lot more of this unfold. You mentioned Royal Rumble, 3 months away. 3 months from anything, unless they break, code or whatever and go against the grain. But you're right. That's 90 days, give or take, until we see anything from Cody. So that has huge implications. The next match, this one got me because again, dead wrong. Wenz was wrong about this one. Carlito with the apple, the manzana, he spit it out. No, he came to the ring. I didn't see any apple. But the LWO got a big win. Got the backstabber on Dawkins, and here we are. Why? But why? Well,
this was a difference maker on this one. Okay, I called when I watched SmackDown. I called Vinny like, "You motherfucker! I need to change my answer." And of course, it's too late because they didn't announce Carlito coming back. But when Ray says, "I'm gonna make a phone call," and Carlito's got a contract signed, you knew what was gonna happen, and they weren't gonna have Carlito come back in and lose. I mean, that's just what it's gonna come down to.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
I'm a little ticked off that I didn't get this point, but that's what happens when we make our predictions before SmackDown.
Yeah, that's the thing, and we're gonna have more going on. Rey Mysterio is challenging Logan Paul tonight. So we're seeing a bunch of stuff from the LWO.
Well, in all fairness, technically speaking, Rey Mysterio isn't challenging Logan Paul. Logan Paul already challenged Rey Mysterio, and Rey's the champion.
Yeah, he
He's
interviewed him
responding.
after he won that boxing match against that guy who apparently one of the few people to actually make Logan Paul legit angry to the point where he wanted to kill somebody. And so after he beat him, he said, "My home is in the WWE," and he's calling his shot. He wants some gold. He said, "I'm an American boy, so Ray, I want the title." So now we're gonna have that confrontation. It'll either be at most likely at Crown Jewel or Survivor Series. Probably Crown Jewel though.
And by the way, I'm totally down for Logan Paul being United States champion.
We are all in agreement on this one.
Yes, 100%. It's time. It's time, WWE. Pull the damn lever. Pull the lever. So again, another match I was dead wrong on. A lot of people were wrong. A lot of people were wrong about this, except for Booch, right? Didn't you pick the LWO?
No, we all picked Lashley and the Street Profits because we had no idea Carlito was going to be there. But then as soon as Dez brought up the Carlito thing, we was like,
No.
yeah, that's probably going to happen. And also, side note, if you notice, Carlito's entrance music changed.
Oh, yeah. He's not happy about it either.
He wasn't happy. It turns out WWE wanted to change his theme song, but Carlito didn't want to.
But
when he realized
Carlito is saying that he's older now and does feel like he needs to be a different. But no, Carlito apparently says he's older now and feels like it was definitely time to make a little bit of a change to his gimmick. So he understands the need for a change in the music, but he wished he had his old music back.
Yeah, I wish I had my old title back, but we can't get what we want, can we? The next match that we're going to talk about here is the triple threat match. This one I got right. Io retained, but she almost didn't. That interference by Bayley was exactly what nobody thought would happen. Everybody thought that if Bayley interferes, it's going to cost Io. It ended up helping Io, of course, because Charlotte Flair gets moonsaulted by Io Sky. Seals the deal, at the time of the pay-per-view. Here she is, here they are. Not a faction that we saw gaining strength. It was like one of those hurricanes once it hits land, starting to dissipate. But this one still going. What are you guys thinking about this match? I thought it was a good one.
It was a great match, and to me, that was the best way for that finish to happen. Mm-hmm. It was, Asuka was being taken out by a finishing move. Io hit a finishing move on Charlotte, and Charlotte took the pin. That's got to make Vinny happy.
Yes,
and horny.
And that's
happy
all I have
and
to
horny.
say about it, really, because I caught the tail end of it because I invoked the elite rule on this one since I wasn't watching with Dez and I wasn't doing any live postings because I had a bunch of comedy shows that weekend, so I watched it on my own time. So I was like, you know what? I know I'm not going to have anything nice to say about this, so I'll just skip this one.
I say it was actually a good match. It was not. It wasn't a masterpiece, but as far as a triple threat match, you had three different styles and they actually did a really good job putting it together.
That's a great way to put it. Three different styles, and isn't it difficult to make magic happen with three people? I mean, it's
damn
difficult.
Impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they made it happen. Booch, obviously, I know you probably feel some kind of way about Charlotte not getting the win, but she does have an opportunity, from what I hear, on SmackDown as of the time of this recording. Of course, this will be released way after SmackDown, unless I just release this without any crap. What y'all let me know. Do you actually care about all the extra elements? Because I could literally grab this recording and upload it to YouTube without any of the extra bells and whistles. Let me know if you care. Comment and say, I don't care. IDK.
In all fairness, I've never actually watched one of our recordings, so I don't know what you do to it after the fact.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Excellent. Thank you for that. Thank you for that nugget. Producers, mark that.
I watch them. I watch a little bit of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I need to remember who picked what, then I go back to check the tape so nobody tries the BS.
There you go. That's the best way to do it. Although now with AI, it could change all your answers, and you'd be like, "Well, I guess that's what I said. I don't know. Freaking makes sense." Something AI can't change is how freaking on fire and how over LA Knight is, and it was proven. Listen, they got the win. Him and Cena, Baldy, versus Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. There was a lot of notes I had on this. Clearly, to me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, the jump to the top rope for the superplex was the moment of the match. I literally had to watch that 3 times to make sure I wasn't like tripping. I was like, holy cow, did he do that? Of course, he had a little bit of help, but that's what good wrestlers do. But this is something that just kind of lends to this argument that LA Knight needs to be pushed to the top and not part of these gimmicky tag teams. Now, this is important. It's important to hand the torch. Although at the end, it seems as if LA Knight is the one propping John Cena up. Interesting dynamic. Booch, I want your thoughts on this because this is really close to your heart.
This was done the right way as far as the hand raise, because if LA Knight had gone for Cena's hand too fast, or if he had been the one to go first, it would have felt too forced. So because he's going to raise LA Knight's hand to say, hey, this guy's the man, he's the new person, but LA Knight's kind of like, no, you've done enough for me. I'm gonna raise your hand to let people know, hey, I'm the mega star, but you're still the GOAT. And it was done. The timing of that was perfect. So it doesn't feel forced. It feels like LA Knight is, no, I got my win. I got the pinfall. I'm the mega star on the rise, but you're still the GOAT. You're still the man. You're still the greatest of all time. So we're going to acknowledge you in a way. So it was a great way to do that. This was a wonderful tag team match. I would call this the match of the night personally.
Wow.
Because I felt like everything was done properly. And the fact that here's what made it great. Not only does LA Knight get the win for the team to help it out, but Cena was practically playing defense the entire match. So Cena was like getting some shots in. Then eventually when he hits the hot tag, which unlike in the first match, they did the hot tag properly. There's a proper way to do a hot tag. A hot tag does not work if you are standing straight up, Cody Rhodes. They don't work that way. You got to be crawling. The hot tag is when you're crawling, you're struggling. Is he going to make it? Fingertips away, and then you kind of jump, boom, hit the tag. The guy jumps in, comes in like a house of fire and comes out. That's how a hot tag is done. It's not a hot tag if it's done any other way. A hot tag is where, because a lot of times they're creating that illusion to cut off. Create the illusion to cut off. Create the illusion to cut off. Then that fourth time you leap, bam, that's how you do it. So the hot tag was beautiful. The psychology was beautiful. You have Jimmy Uso, who is a tag team specialist, to really help out there. Solo Sikoa, great as well. So you had two veterans like Jimmy Uso and John Cena, and LA Knight, he's kind of a veteran, but not in the WWE world, but kind of is as well, kind of leading Solo through this, which Solo was like the most inexperienced out of the four. So he properly. It was beautiful.
But the way Solo does things, it doesn't really fucking matter because Solo is just the powerhouse enforcer anyway.
True, but like I said, in a singles match, it comes off a lot better. But tag team, even as a powerhouse, there's a different way to do it. So he had people to get him in the right spot, tag team wise, is what I meant. But yeah, this is the match of the night. This is a beautiful tag team match, and it was a beautiful tag team match involving people who aren't normally a tag team, which is rare.
Yes.
Usually when you see a beautiful tag match, it's with people who actually know how to tag team. Your Hardys, your Dudleys, your Edge and Christians.
Now, in all fairness, Cena has tagged with just about everybody on the roster.
Oh yeah, he's a multiple-time tag team champion, none of which are actual tag partners, and most of them were people he wasn't getting along with or later turned on him. Like he was the only person that had tag team titles with people who weren't actually his friends. In fact, he feuded with half of them. Shawn Michaels, Batista, The Miz for like 5 seconds. David Otunga, like people he did not get along with.
Wow, callback of the Otunga. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Damascus Des, besides your earlier thoughts, anything else to add to this?
Just another match that that's the match that we all got a point on. That's it. Clearly. It was predictable.
Yeah, it was. And again, the takeaway is LA Knight on the rise.
Absolutely.
How long until he gets that push? It's a matter of time.
Well, he's about to be losing to Roman at Crown Jewel. So
yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Well,
things
can happen. You never know. That doesn't come till early November. So a lot can happen in the meantime. Booch, you said the last match that we discussed was your match of the night, Solo and Jimmy versus Cena and LA Knight. To me, the match of the night was the last man standing match between Shinsuke and Seth. Only because, for the love of God, like, how does anybody do this for it was like over 40 minutes? I mean, this match was insane. I didn't look at the exact match time, but I was watching it. It seemed like freaking forever. And just the sheer brutality. I mean, we start with the cat and mice game, right? I love that, as it should, because this whole psychology between Shinsuke and Seth has all been about mind games, right? I'm going to embarrass you so bad. Your family's not going to be able to look at you. They're going to be ashamed of you. Bring it into the family. Booch, you know how I feel about that. Gets me. It hits me in a weird way. But then he follows up. He starts to make the attack on the earlier factor, and that's the lower back of Rollins. And he continued at it. He didn't give up, which I love. That has to be part of the story. And he kept at it throughout the entire match. I loved it. Of course, we saw a lot of back and forth. My favorite part, obviously, was when they took it out of the match, went all the way up into the seats. And then you saw, I can't remember the name of it, but it looks like a pile driver into like the padded area, but obviously freaking hurts. And then Rollins somehow booked brilliantly, stays up one more second, not a dominant win, but it shouldn't be with last man standing. It should literally be whoever can barely stand up for the last second. Shinsuke falls down. Rollins is up at the count of 10. Then he falls back down, but it's just enough to seal the victory. And it's exactly how it needed to be told. And it's exactly how it panned out. And listen, he won, but so did Shinsuke. And I'll be really clear about this. This was a win for Shinsuke Nakamura. Even though he lost, this is a big win for him.
Yeah, this was terrible to me. And the ending was terrible. Rollins needs to lose the belt. Period. Don't get me wrong. You're right. The way the finish was done was beautiful. But Rollins should have been the one not getting up. It's that simple. And I enjoyed the hell out of the match. It was a fun, great match. But the only reason for Rollins to have won that match would have been for Damian to cash in. And since that didn't happen, he should not have won the damn match.
Yeah, we were kind of counting on that. Booch, what say you?
I agree to an extent what Desmond said. Obviously, I said Damian Priest should have cashed in. If you're going to make them lose the tag belts, not knowing, of course, they're going to go right back to the Judgment Day. But if you're going to have them drop the tag belts, you might as well have them cash in to win the title. So the moment Rhea stopped him, that killed the vibe right there. Then, and I do agree that it is time for Rollins to lose the belt. The only thing I disagree with is I don't want Nakamura to have it because I don't believe he's a world champion or deserving of it. But
that's because you're a little biased ass bitch.
No, it's because I'm accurate. That guy ain't a world champion.
But how do we know?
You're one of the very few people in the world who believe that.
Yes, because there's a world full of marks, and the man with the common sense is king.
Look, if you're the only one who believes something, it's not because you have common sense. It's because you're delusional. Denial ain't just a river in Egypt, my friend.
Yeah, maybe in some cases, but not in this era. But anyway, my point is,
I want to. Can I give? I have a timer here. I would like to give you each 60 seconds, okay, to give reason why and why not Shinsuke is or not championship material. Who wants to go first?
I'll do it real fast. I don't need 60 seconds. Watch the goddamn match. Done.
That's 4 seconds. Booch,
that's all I needed.
You have 60 seconds. Go ahead.
I saw the match. It was great. Here are the facts. Nakamura, not a world champion. Doesn't draw money. Can't cut promos to save his life. He's lazy in the ring. He's strong style, no sell. He's not a world champion. Again, he's a great wrestler, but he's not a world champion.
He sells like a motherfucker. Dude.
In the last man standing match, yes. But in general, that man has not
just in the last man standing match. He sells.
Not in the matches I've seen. Maybe there was something passed my radar, but I have not seen it.
It's real simple. When you decide you don't like somebody, you ignore everything good about them.
Oh, I got to agree with him there. Miz is a great example of that. Yep.
And you don't do the same?
No, we don't. How many? Oh, no. How many times?
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Dez. He doesn't do the same.
All right. I just want to be clear.
The only person that you can say that about. Yeah, Goldberg sucks. He can't wrestle.
Thank you.
Period.
Thank you.
Put asses in seats. The man had great matches.
It doesn't matter.
The man did not have great matches.
I've seen plenty.
Goldberg has not had great matches. DDP had okay matches
with
that
great
were
people.
only okay because DDP was in them.
Yes, he had good matches with actual great wrestlers. And that's why you believe he's great. I swear to God, Bill Goldberg is the most overrated wrestler of all time. More overrated than Hulk Hogan. I don't care. I'm putting it down. There goes my dry erase marker.
I'm not a fan of Hulk Hogan, but you were able to prove to me that Hulk could wrestle. That's never going to happen with Goldberg.
Well, you're over for your time for the earlier discussion. But Des, we align on this. I mean, I commented on a Facebook post, and then Booch had some snarky stuff to say.
Well, it's because you tagged me in it, so you asked my opinion, and I give it. Don't act like I was searching through the internet and I just trolled you. You tagged me in a post, asked me a question, I give you an answer.
But your answer doesn't make sense.
I tag Des in something and he comments on it, or he tags me in something and I comment on it.
But
my opinion, don't ask me. I'm not
okay. Fair enough.
Give a shit.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. But hold on. Fair enough. But am I wrong? Because your point is he sells seats. I don't give a crap about seats. I want quality.
Yeah.
Like
nobody pays to see you. Doesn't matter how good you are.
Oh my God. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. And that's in any form of entertainment, whether it's wrestling, whether it's
Booch,
comedy, whether it's
I want to make this very fucking clear. You're not the one running the business.
You're not going to get booked if no one pays money to see you.
And WWE has proven that even if people do get paid to see you, they don't book you properly. Big companies don't. The WWE and WCW was bad about it too. They would book you in a way. And then if the fans didn't like it, too fucking bad.
Okay. Let me let's put this to bed because we got to move on. But Booch, I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to try and be fair because objectivity, right? Just name 5, 6, 7 wrestlers that Bill Goldberg is better than.
6, 7 wrestlers.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start. Okay, The Miz is one.
Oh my God, The Miz! Are you serious? Right. Are you serious?
We'll start there. Matt Riddle, there's another. I'll throw that in there. Let's see. Who else is he better than? Throwing a bunch of people. Alan Funk, there's another. Let's see.
Who's Alan Funk?
He was a wrestler in WCW. He just said wrestlers. He didn't say which company. He didn't say which era. Joey Janela, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. There's your 7.
I'll tell you right now. Okay, I can give you the Young Bucks, but fucking Kenny Omega can wrestle. Period. You can't argue. And you were talking about somebody who puts asses in seats. Kenny Omega doesn't. Period.
He doesn't. You're right.
He does it.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry. You said it's not like you said doesn't for a second. There was like finally.
Okay. Booch, I think you're missing the point. Booch, you're missing the point. The point behind my statement, and then you name some. And by the way, Damascus Des is right about Omega. I mean, come on. You name these obscure, no names, Bob Kippers, as it were, of WWE, WWF, WCW, ECW, backyard wrestling. I just don't know because you didn't name anybody that is a household name. And so you just validated
and he's wrong
our
on the
argument. And then the first person you mentioned is The Miz. Out of everybody, you prove our point every time we record. Your hatred for this man knows no bounds. You are unwilling to see anything truthful because all you care about is your silly beef with this guy. I'm sorry, but I just first name that's see, Des, you're right. You are 100% right. He is unable to see anything because of his rage. His blind rage blinds him. It's insane. Look how hot I am right now. I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
Woo! It's crazy because Goldberg is the only person he can name that I have ever showed any kind of direct disdain for. And it's not bias. At this point, no, I'm willing to admit, he put asses in seats because people in the fucking 90s were stupid.
Yes, the same people who cheered for Austin and Rock and Hogan and everybody else, they're all just idiots.
In all fairness, they were late.
Again,
in all fairness, they were not the same era. Goldberg was early 90s. Goldberg was early 90s when he was big. Austin
No,
and
it was late
Goldberg,
90s,
late 90s, early 2000s. That is a completely different style of wrestling.
Goldberg debuted in 1997.
Oh, he's
There's
right.
no fucking way.
He debuted in September of 97 was
He's
when
right.
Goldberg debuted in the
He's right.
heart of the Attitude Era.
Okay,
And
well,
got over.
he also debuted in WCW, which had stupid fans.
Oh, really? They had stupid fans.
Yeah.
And you're saying there's no stupid fans today?
Oh, no, there's plenty of stupid fans today. There's plenty of stupid fans today. There's people.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
People that you're saying are stupid are the same people who cheered for everybody else that was over. So they were stupid for cheering for Austin and Rock?
No, they're not.
In the same category. Let's be real here, dude.
Let's be real here. A lot of the same people who cheered for Goldberg are hating on LA Knight.
Really? Where are those people?
Dude, it's all over the internet. I'm seeing a ton of hate for LA Knight. And it pisses me off because
I know. I've seen the dumbasses that cheer for LA Knight, but I didn't know that. I haven't seen anything about them liking Goldberg. I just know they say that he copies. They just say that he's an Attitude Era throwback, and it's like, isn't that what y'all fucking wanted? So
no, they're not using the word throwback. They're using ripoff.
Yeah.
Throwback would be a positive thing, and they don't want to say nothing positive about the man.
Yeah, which is stupid. You clearly say that LA Knight is great. Hell, Zach is the only one that's been hating on LA Knight the longest. So we know, there's ridiculous shit there.
Yeah, okay, go. All right. I can't get over this. So I'm just going to start naming people. And then Booch, because this is the end of the show. We've already covered the matches. So if you're still with us, you're a real fan. You're a real one. So I'm going to start naming people. Is Bill Goldberg better than this person? Are you ready to play?
I'm ready to play.
Big Show.
Yes.
He's better than the Big Show.
100%.
No.
Okay. Road Dogg Jesse James.
Definitely not.
There's two early examples. Okay, what makes him better than the Big Show? Tell me.
What makes him better than the Big Show?
Yep.
He's stronger. He's got more speed, and he knows how to work. And he knew how to work better.
I will give you speed.
I will give you
speed.
Also, he got loud. Also, when Goldberg hit a move, he got louder pops than the Big Show.
Louder pops don't prove shit. We're talking about skill.
I don't care about pops. I am so sick of pops. I don't care about the audience. I don't care. I'm talking about sheer ability. I'm talking
sheer
about
ability. Fine.
Ability.
Then yes, Goldberg is better than the Big Show.
How?
What sheer ability? Okay, what abilities did Big Show have then? It tells me.
Big Show was a 400-pound man who could kip up.
Yeah. And Goldberg could lift his ass and slam him easily.
Yeah, so fucking what? And yet he had the worst fucking and yet he won his Universal Championship on the worst fucking jackhammer he'd ever done.
Yeah, one shitty jackhammer out of the hundreds that he's done.
He's had more than one shitty jackhammer.
On how many no-names? How many no-name wrestlers were part of his undefeated 300 whatever it was streak? Like, this is what I'm talking about.
It was like 180, I thought it was.
It doesn't freaking matter. The point is this guy is so over freaking blown. It was WCW's response to WWF. This was what they had. This is all they had. Goldberg. It's true. It's damn true. And the fact that you have bought into this lie, Booch, I thought better. I mean, honestly, I just can't believe this. I'm floored. I'm floored. I don't get it.
In all fairness, the only reason he doesn't like Matt Riddle has nothing to do with Matt Riddle's ability or anything like that. It's just because Matt Riddle said some bad things about Goldberg.
And he's a piece of shit on top of that.
Oh, bullshit.
But why got speak of the dead? He's not even with WWE
anymore. You don't give a damn if somebody's a piece of shit behind the stage. Unless they're directly a piece of shit to you. Let's be real
I'm
here.
saying there's a million reasons to hate Matt Riddle. Any man who says I smoke weed so I don't have to beat my children is a piece of shit. So fuck him.
I mean, he's not wrong. I'm just saying, sometimes it's hard. I mean, I'm just going to say it. But in all seriousness, I mean, Booch, your rage blinds you to the objective truth of somebody's talent. Like, I don't get it. Like, listen, I vehemently disagree with most people politically, theologically, but I will hear anybody out and I will agree to disagree, and I will hear your take, and I will say, you know what? I can see why they feel that. I can see why they think that.
And I'm the same way with you guys.
But no, you're not. Not with wrestling. Not with wrestling.
I'm going to make my point, but I'll agree to disagree. Like, I'm not calling you, I'm not insulting you guys. I'm not bad mouthing either one of you. We're having a discussion. That's different. I'm not sitting here going, oh, you don't agree that Goldberg's great, so go fuck yourself. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is my point. I'll argue my point back and forth, but I don't take personal cheap shots. I don't go after any of you guys. We're still, like Desmond, like I said, for me and Desmond, this is a normal day. We fucking do this shit all the time, and we're still the best of friends. I'm going to his house tomorrow for my niece's birthday.
Booch, you're losing control.
And have a good time.
Booch, you're losing control. This is a show, for God's sakes. Get a hold of yourself. God bless.
All right, before we get off of here, and I do need to get off of here pretty quickly.
All right.
You can cut this out of the fucking shit if need be. I just need to speak to you. I would like for it'll probably be the one after Survivor Series, the one where we do the results. I would like to bring in the new belt.
Oh,
okay.
Remember, I sent it to you. And when I do that, I would like, if at all possible, for us to be in the same room to do it.
Oh, that's the Rumble? We can make it happen.
No,
So
that would
the one
be
after Survivor Series is the Rumble.
No. I'm talking about the results for the Survivor Series. So we debut the belt on the person who wins it.
Survivor Series.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, I don't know how we'll do. Ooh,
Look, man, I'm able to drive. Vinny's able to drive. We're getting.
But how are we gonna do that with like all? It's gonna be really challenging. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But I think we should, if nothing else, we should definitely get together for a watch party somewhere in between where we can go set up an iPad and watch the damn pay-per-view from a bar somewhere and live stream our reaction to it.
Vinny's going to be out of town.
So we can definitely do that for the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
We can do that for the Rumble. Definitely.
Let's do it.
Survivor Series, I may still be going to WrestleCade. I don't have the answer back on that yet, but as of right now, I'm still planning that weekend. Buff and I are supposed to go to WrestleCade. Let's each.
Okay. But yes, I love the idea of the new belt, and thanks for investing in that, Des. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. If it was expensive, then one thing, but it's really not that bad.
Cool. Well, I'll get this cut up. And Booch, dude, it's a show. I don't really feel these ways. Like I'm just fucking with you, man. I promise. I'm trying to bring out the best in you. Like, and the best in Booch is when he gets fired up, when he gets passionate.
Oh, like, it's so fun to piss him off.
Yeah. It's the best. It's the best. Whenever Miz is his hot button. Miz is like his freaking.
I don't know. Charlotte Flair's worse than the Miz, I think, with him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's like the thing I said. I've cooled down with the Miz a little bit. Like I got a little extra amped up for the feud with LA Knight because LA Knight was calling out a lot of bullshit, so I had some fun with it. But Miz has gone down the list. Like it's like the thing that Cornette once said. No, that Ole Anderson once said to Jim Cornette. He said, Jim, I used to think you were a dumb fuck, but so many dumb fucks have shown up in the last year. You fall down the ladder without even trying. That's how the Miz is. So many people have come into the business that anger me more than the Miz. He's fallen down the ladder without even trying.
All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. I'm dipping a second early. Catch you
later, guys. And we will never, ever leave Wenz World, the male soap opera moment, without a couple key catchphrases, one of which is, have a nice day.
Bang, bang.